My cousin once looked me dead in the eyes and said, You'll never afford a car in this lifetime. She laughed like it was the funniest thing in the world. But 3 months later, I pulled up to her job, windows down, engine humming, and gave her the surprise of her life. If you've ever been underestimated or laughed at, just listen closely, because this story might be the push you need. Erica was 26, with nothing but 2 suitcases and a few worn-out dreams when she moved in with her cousin Danielle in Indianapolis. Life had thrown some hard punches, job loss, an expensive breakup, and nowhere else to go. Danielle, on the other hand, had a decent life. She worked as an office manager at a fancy salon, always had her nails done, and always had something mean to say. At first, Erica thought staying with Danielle would be temporary, but weeks turned into months. Danielle began treating her like a burden, leaving dirty dishes for her to clean, barking orders, and worst of all, using her pain for entertainment. She would laugh loudly on phone calls, saying things like, "Erica's living rent-free and still can't find a job. Maybe she should apply to be my personal maid." It hurt, but Erica swallowed the pain. She knew she didn't have the money or support to leave yet. What made things worse was Danielle's obsession with cars. She loved showing off her sleek ride, and anytime Erica mentioned wanting to save for her own car, Danielle would snort and say, "You couldn't even afford the steering wheel." Erica started spending her nights scrolling through job boards and budgeting with the few dollars she made doing online gigs. Danielle never let her use the car, even for job interviews. "Take the bus like the rest of the broke people," she'd say. Still, Erica didn't fight. She just watched, listened, and learned. Deep down, something was building, a quiet fire. She told herself, "I may not have money now, but one day, she's going to eat every word she ever said to me." And that day came faster than anyone expected. But how? And what exactly happened at that salon when Erica pulled up? That's the part you don't want to miss. Keep listening, because the best revenge isn't loud. It's quiet, powerful, and rolls in with 4 wheels and the windows down. It was a Friday night when Danielle invited a few of her friends over. The living room smelled like strong perfume and wine, and the music played softly in the background. Erica had just come out of the kitchen when she heard Danielle's voice cut through the chatter. "Don't mind my cousin," Danielle said, laughing loudly. "She's just our glorified couch guest. Been here for months and still hasn't figured out life." Her friends giggled, some pretending not to hear, others smiling awkwardly. Erica froze for a second, holding the tray of drinks she'd been asked to serve. She smiled politely, placed the glasses down, and quietly walked away. But inside, something cracked. Later that night, after everyone had left, Erica sat quietly on the balcony, staring at the city lights. She wasn't angry just because of the embarrassment. It was the way Danielle had made her feel invisible, like she had no worth. And when Erica finally got the courage to say something, it got worse. "I'm saving up for a car," she said one morning while they were both having coffee. "Maybe something small, nothing fancy. Just enough to get to interview." Danielle choked on her drink from laughing. "You? A car? Girl, you couldn't even afford the air freshener that hangs from the mirror." She leaned back with that smug grin, the kind that made Erica's skin crawl. That insult stuck like glue. It repeated itself in Erica's mind during the day and haunted her at night. And when she asked Danielle, politely, desperately, if she could borrow her car just once for a job interview, Danielle didn't even hesitate. "Nope, I don't want my insurance going up because you're desperate." That was it. Erica didn't say another word about it. She just nodded and quietly walked to her room. That evening, she headed out and found a local diner a few blocks away that had a "now hiring" sign on the window. She applied and got the night shift, cleaning tables, refilling drinks, whatever they needed. She didn't care what the job was. She just needed a start. For weeks, she worked in silence. Danielle never knew. She'd sneak in late at night and leave early before Danielle woke up. The pay wasn't great, but Erica saved every single tip and dollar. She stuffed the cash inside an old envelope and hid it inside a hollow book on her shelf. Every time Danielle mocked her, it hurt less. Because now Erica had a goal, a secret, a spark. She didn't say a word about it again. She just let Danielle talk, because one day, all the mocking and laughing would come to a sudden stop, and Erica would be the one holding the keys. By day, Erica worked at the diner. By night, she scrubbed floors and emptied trash cans at the local community center. It wasn't glamorous, and it definitely wasn't easy. Most nights she was so tired she could barely keep her eyes open, but she kept telling herself, "One day, this will all be worth it." Her goal was simple: buy a car, get out of Danielle's house, and never look back. The janitorial job came through a friendly woman at the diner who noticed Erica's determination. "It's just part-time," the woman had said, "but it's quiet and steady. If you're serious, it could help you save faster." Erica took it without hesitation. It meant fewer hours of sleep, sore feet, and aching arms, but it also meant progress. She now worked double shifts most days, with barely enough time to eat. Danielle never asked where she went at night, just assumed she was out doing nothing, as she liked to say. Whenever Erica walked in with tired eyes and aching muscles, Danielle would smirk and toss comments like, "You look like a ghost. Maybe get some rest instead of chasing the impossible." But Erica didn't respond. She kept her silence and held her focus. The community center job paid just enough to move her savings goal closer. Every week, she added more money to her stash, hidden carefully inside the hollowed-out book on her shelf, an old novel that Danielle would never touch. Then Danielle changed her tactic. She began pretending to care. Danielle said one evening, "If you just gave up the whole car idea, maybe you could actually help with some bills around here. I'm being nice by letting you stay, but this freeloading thing can't go on forever." Erica nodded. "I'll think about it," she said calmly. But she didn't. Not even for a second. Instead, she made a vision board on the back of a cereal box and taped pictures of used cars to it. Toyota, Honda, Ford. Nothing flashy, just practical. She slipped it under her bed like it was a secret map. During her breaks at the diner and the center, she'd pull out her phone and study car prices, insurance options, and how to build credit. She was turning her dream into a plan. Her life was tiring, repetitive, and lonely. But every time she dragged her mop across the tile or served another plate of pancakes to a grumpy customer, she reminded herself of that one moment, Danielle laughing and saying she couldn't even afford an air freshener. That moment had created something powerful, and every dollar she saved, every minute she stayed quiet while Danielle ran her mouth, brought her one step closer to turning that moment into something Danielle would never forget. One Sunday afternoon, Erica came home from her shift at the community center to find her bedroom door slightly open. Her heart skipped. She always shut it before leaving, and she knew Danielle never knocked. Something felt off. She rushed inside, scanned her shelf, and immediately noticed the fake book had been moved. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Her heart sank. Part of her money was gone. She counted twice to be sure. Hundreds of dollars. Missing. She stormed into the living room where Danielle sat casually painting her nails. "Danielle, did you go into my room?" Danielle didn't even look up. "You live in my house. I have a right to check on things." Erica clenched her fists. "You took my money." Danielle slowly looked up then laughed. "What money? Are you seriously accusing me of stealing now?" Erica's voice rose. "I had savings inside that book. It's gone." Danielle dropped her nail polish on the table. "Oh, that money? Yeah, I took it. Rent's due. You've been living here like some princess without paying a dime. You should be grateful I haven't kicked you out." Erica stared at her, shocked at the boldness. "You never asked for rent, and now you're just helping yourself." Danielle shrugged. "If you had that much money saved, you can afford to contribute. Or was that money just for some silly car dream?" She laughed again, nastier this time. "Grow up, Erica. You'll never have enough for a car, and you'll never make it without me." Erica wanted to scream, to throw something, to walk out and never look back, but she had no backup plan. No place to go. No car to escape with. And now less money than before. That night, she sat on her bed staring at the half-empty book. Her chest felt tight, not just from the betrayal, but from the realization that Danielle never saw her as family, only as someone to control. The next morning, she walked quietly to the nearest credit union and opened a savings account in her own name. She deposited the rest of her money, not telling a soul. She kept the receipt tucked into the cereal box under her bed beside her vision board. Danielle's words rang in her ears. "You'll never make it without me." That sentence became the match that lit something fierce inside her. No more trusting. No more chances. From now on, everything Erica did would be for her own freedom. She was done hoping Danielle would change. Danielle had shown her true colors, and Erica had finally seen them clearly. The car wasn't just a goal anymore. It was her way out, her revenge, her proof that no one, not even blood, had the right to clip her wings. Danielle had taken her money, but she'd also given her the final push Erica needed to take back control of her life, for good. It happened on a Wednesday morning, right after the breakfast rush. Erica was wiping down tables when her manager, Tom, approached her with a rare smile. "Hey, can I talk to you in the back for a minute?" he asked. Her heart skipped. She thought maybe she'd made a mistake, come in late, forgotten an order. But once they were in the kitchen, Tom leaned against the counter and said, "Listen, Erica, you've been solid. Reliable. Never call out, always working hard. We're short-staffed, and I need someone to step up as assistant manager for a few weeks. It's temporary, but it comes with extra hours and a bump in pay. You interested?" Erica couldn't even speak for a second. She just nodded, trying not to cry. That evening, she stayed late learning how to count registers and check inventory. It was more work, much more. But every extra shift was money closer to her car, her freedom, her exit. She went home exhausted, but she had a new energy inside her now. A sense that something was finally shifting in her favor. The staff at the diner noticed the change in her, especially Lana, an older waitress with kind eyes and a no-nonsense attitude. One night, after closing, Lana sat with Erica over a cup of tea. "You've been on fire lately," she said. "You saving for something?" Erica nodded. "A car. My first one." Lana smiled. "Good. You're young and smart. Just don't let that cousin of yours mess with your mind." Erica blinked. "How do you know?" "Sweetheart," Lana said, chuckling. "I've been working in diners since before you were born. I can read people, and I see how tired you are, but not just from work." She leaned in. "You want help learning how to build credit? How to spot a decent used car? I've done it all." From that night on, Lana became more than just a coworker. She was a mentor, a guide, and in some ways the mother figure Erica never had. They'd sit on breaks and look through car listings together. Lana showed her how to check vehicle history reports, how to avoid scams, and how to get pre-approved without messing up her credit. Meanwhile, things at home got colder. Danielle didn't know about the promotion, and Erica didn't share. The less Danielle knew, the better. But every day, Danielle would still throw her usual insults. "Still chasing that fantasy?" she'd sneer. "That's cute." Erica no longer replied. Her silence was stronger than words. She worked through headaches, sore feet, even a week of bad flu. She kept showing up, kept saving, kept believing, and slowly, her goal wasn't just a dream anymore. It was a date on a calendar. It was getting real, inch by inch, dollar by dollar. Erica was no longer surviving. She was preparing to leave, with the engine running. The sun was just beginning to rise when Erica walked onto the lot of a small used car dealership on the edge of town. Her hands were sweaty, heart racing. She clutched her purse tightly, inside of which was her savings book, her bank printouts, and the pre-approval note Lana had helped her get. This was it, the moment she'd worked toward for months. A salesman approached with a polite smile. "Looking for anything in particular?" Erica nodded. "Something reliable, nothing flashy, just enough to get me where I need to go." He led her toward a silver 2013 Honda Civic. It wasn't brand new, but it was clean. The tires were solid, the engine had a low hum, and the inside smelled like warm leather and possibility. She sat in the driver's seat, ran her fingers over the steering wheel, and looked at herself in the mirror. She barely recognized the woman staring back, stronger, more confident, more in control. The salesman handed her the keys. "Take it for a spin." She pulled out of the lot slowly, her foot trembling over the pedal. The moment the car rolled forward, something inside her clicked. The freedom, the silence, the space, it was all hers. She drove around the block, windows down, wind in her face, heart wide open. This wasn't just a test drive. It was her first real taste of independence. Back at the lot, she smiled as she handed the keys back. "I'll take it. Can I pick it up Friday?" "Absolutely," the salesman said. "We'll get it cleaned up for you." She walked home that day like she was floating. Every step felt lighter. She had done it. She had earned it, saved for it, fought for it. No handouts, no shortcuts. That night, she packed a small bag of her things, just the essentials, and hid it under her bed next to her vision board. She didn't want to take much when she left. Just herself, her keys, and her peace. Thursday night came, and Danielle was in rare form. She'd had a bad day at work and needed someone to dump on. Erica was an easy target, as usual. "You know," Danielle said, sipping wine in the kitchen, "I give it another year before you finally accept your fate. Still broke, still stuck, still catching buses when you're 30. It's sad, really." Erica just stood there, drying her plate slowly. Her lips parted for a second, like she might respond. But she didn't. She smiled instead. Because she knew. In less than 12 hours, she'd be holding the keys to her escape. And Danielle? She wouldn't see it coming. Let her talk. Let her laugh. Erica was done speaking. Tomorrow, the engine would do the talking. The morning air was crisp when Erica stepped off the bus one last time. She stood in front of the dealership, her hands in her hoodie pocket, heart pounding. It felt unreal. Everything she had saved, sacrificed, and worked for came down to this moment. The silver 2013 Honda Civic was already waiting out front, cleaned and polished, the morning sun bouncing off its hood like a quiet spotlight. The salesman greeted her with a cheerful smile. "Ready?" She nodded. More than ready. He handed her the keys and paperwork. She signed the last form with slightly shaking hands, not from fear, but from disbelief. Then he pointed to the driver's seat and said, "She's all yours now." Erica slid behind the wheel, turned the ignition, and listened as the engine purred to life. She didn't move for a minute, just sat there, breathing, processing. The Civic smelled like worn leather and cleaning spray, but to Erica, it smelled like freedom. She eased out of the lot, hands steady on the wheel, her face glowing. She didn't have anywhere to be yet, so she just drove. No destination, no deadline. She played soft music through the speakers and rolled the windows down. For the first time in what felt like forever, she felt weightless. Untied, unstuck. At a red light, tears filled her eyes. They weren't from sadness or exhaustion this time. These were tears of pride. She had done this. No one helped her. No one believed in her. And yet here she was, driving the very thing her cousin swore she'd never own. She drove for hours. Through downtown, through old neighborhoods, past the diner and the community center. It was like retracing her steps, but this time in her own lane. By noon, she stopped to get the car detailed. She wanted it to shine. She had one more thing to do today. Afterward, she pulled into a small parking lot across from the salon where Danielle worked. The salon was already buzzing, hair dryers going, customers chatting. Erica waited until it was exactly 1 minute past the hour, the moment when everyone clocked in and the front entrance was busiest. She drove slowly into the lot, windows half down, music low but confident, heads turned. Danielle stepped outside, laughing with a few co-workers, until she saw the silver Civic rolling toward them. Erica pulled up right in front. She didn't rush. She got out calmly, reached into the passenger seat, and pulled out a small paper gift bag. Inside was the old air freshener Danielle once mocked her for not affording, along with the receipt for the car. She walked up, handed the bag to Danielle, and simply said, "Remember when you said I couldn't even afford this?" Danielle froze, mouth open. Erica turned, slid back into the car, and drove off with a smile. She didn't need applause. The engine said it all. The salon was already busy when Erica pulled into the parking lot, her silver Honda Civic gliding in like a quiet storm. The engine hummed low, the stereo playing a soft rhythm that matched the beat of her heart. She'd been rehearsing this moment in her mind for weeks. But now, sitting behind the wheel with her fingers resting on the steering wheel, she felt completely calm. She spotted Danielle through the glass window, laughing with her co-workers near the front desk. She wore her usual smug look, the kind Erica had memorized after months of enduring her cruelty. Erica parked right in front of the entrance, put the car in park, and reached over to the passenger seat. The small gift bag was there, plain and simple, holding one thing, the key tag from her new car. She stepped out of the vehicle with quiet confidence. Heads turned. Some of the salon workers glanced at her, whispering. Even a few customers looked toward the entrance to see who this unexpected visitor was. Danielle noticed her instantly. At first she smirked. That same smirk she always wore when mocking Erica, like she was about to make another sarcastic comment and get everyone laughing at Erica's expense. But Erica didn't say anything. She walked up slowly, stopped a few feet from Danielle, and held out the gift bag. Danielle raised an eyebrow. "What's this?" she asked, her voice sharp but curious. Erica tilted her head. "Remember when you said I'd never afford a car?" Danielle's smirk faltered. She looked into the bag, confused. Then her eyes caught the key tag. The realization hit instantly. Her face fell flat. The women around her gasped, eyes wide, jaws slightly open. No one laughed this time. Erica didn't wait for a response. She turned around without another word, walked back to her Civic, and got in slowly. She shut the door gently, rolled up the window, and glanced once more at Danielle through the glass. Danielle was frozen, holding the bag like it had just exploded in her hand. As Erica shifted into drive, her face remained calm. No smug smile, no grand exit speech, just peace. Pure, earned peace. She drove away without looking back. Let Danielle explain that one. Let her try to twist it. It didn't matter anymore. The truth had already hit. And everyone saw it. The fallout came quickly. The day after Erica's bold visit to the salon, Danielle was already on damage control. She started texting mutual friends, painting Erica as ungrateful, dramatic, and obsessed with making a scene. She claimed Erica was always jealous, always moody, and had been freeloading for months without appreciation. But the people who knew Erica, the ones who had watched her hustle day and night, weren't buying it. Word spread fast about what happened at the salon. A few co-workers from the diner had seen the video someone took and shared. Others just heard about it through whispers and side conversations. She did it all by herself? She really bought that car? And she just walked away? Erica didn't respond to any of it. She didn't need to. Instead, she focused on her next chapter. Within a week, she found a small studio apartment on the edge of town. It wasn't fancy, just one room, a kitchenette, and a tiny bathroom, but it was hers. No one telling her what to do. No one mocking her dreams. No one snooping through her things. Lana was the first to show up with a bag of kitchen essentials and a secondhand coffee table she'd refinished herself. "You start small," she said, placing a kettle on the stove. "Then you build, brick by brick." Together, they spent the weekend making the space feel like home. A mattress from a local thrift store, curtains from a yard sale, a soft rug rolled out over the cold tile floor. It wasn't about luxury. It was about freedom. Every item in that room reminded Erica of what she'd fought for and finally claimed. Danielle, meanwhile, kept trying to get back in touch. The text started with attitude. "Real classy, Erica. Hope that car keeps you warm at night." Then they turned softer. I didn't mean it like that. You know I always joke. Then full-on guilt. Family shouldn't treat each other like strangers. Erica saw them all and left every single message on read. She had nothing left to say. No apology could erase what had been done. Danielle hadn't just mocked her. She'd tried to break her spirit, take her money, and keep her trapped. And now that Erica had escaped, she owed no one an explanation for her silence. Late one night, Erica sat in her new apartment with a cup of tea in hand. The Civic was parked right outside, shining faintly under the street lamp. She curled up by the window and took a deep breath. No shouting, no insults, just quiet. For the first time in years, she felt respected, even if only by herself. And that was enough. A few weeks after moving into her own place, Erica found herself driving past the old diner. She hadn't planned to stop, just a random turn on a quiet Sunday morning. But the second she saw the flickering neon sign and the familiar smudge on the front window, a wave of memories rushed in. The Civic purred gently beneath her, its silver hood gleaming under the overcast sky. She parked in the back corner of the lot, where she used to stand during breaks, sipping lukewarm coffee and wondering if life would ever change. Through the glass, she spotted a girl, maybe 18, maybe younger, wiping down the tables with the same tired eyes Erica once wore. The girl moved carefully, pausing now and then to stretch her back. Her apron was too big, the kind of thing passed around to new hires. Her shoes looked worn, soles already giving out from hours of unpaid overtime. Erica didn't need to know the girl's name to recognize her story. She slipped out of the Civic and walked into the diner quietly, unnoticed. She ordered a black coffee to go and paid in cash. Then, before walking out, she scribbled a quick note on the back of a napkin. Bus fare for the week. Keep going. It gets better. A stranger who's been there. She tucked a crisp $20 bill into the napkin and handed it to the cashier. Can you give this to the girl bussing tables later? Just say someone left it for her. The cashier nodded without question. Erica didn't stay to see the girl's reaction. She didn't need the credit. This wasn't about praise or recognition. It was about passing on a quiet torch. Back in the car, she let the engine hum while she stared at the diner one last time. That place had witnessed her lowest days. Cold mornings, cruel customers, texts from Danielle that stung like paper cuts. But now, from the safety of her own driver's seat, it just looked like a memory. Not a prison, not a curse. Just the starting point. She wasn't rich. Her apartment was small, her job still tough. But every time she turned the key in her Honda Civic, she remembered the months of saving, the nights of tears, and the smirk on Danielle's face when she said, "You'll never afford a car." Well, she had. And more than that, she'd bought her own freedom. Erica smiled softly to herself, pulling out of the lot and back onto the open road. The wind rushed through her cracked window as the Civic picked up speed. No one, not Danielle, not anyone else, got to write her future anymore. She had the pen now. Do you think Erica made the right choice by leaving Danielle's negativity behind and building her own path? Or should she have tried to repair things with family? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear your take. And if you enjoy true stories of revenge, growth, and unexpected wins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode.